So, whoops, this one here, which is the F sound, to me, it looks like it could be a face and it's featureless. The P sound has the dot that looks like the eye. So you've got a profile versus a featureless face to help you with the F sound. Okay. And does anybody have any other questions? Okay, then, according to my note, we are starting on page 39, which once again is a review of that P sound, the P. And we may have done this page last week, but let's do it again this week, just as a good place to start in its review. Okay, so let me see. Gail B, line 1, please.
B, B, Bay, Bay, Be, Ba, Ba, Bo, Bo, Boo, Boo, Be.
Very nice, thank you. Ruth, line number 2, please.
P, P, Pay, Pay, Pe, Pa, Pa, Po, Po, Poo, Poo.
And the last one.
Poo.
Okay, so you've got poo,
Oh, I'm
poo,
sorry, I missed it. I had my book was over it. It's Pe.
P, P, like just P.
Pe.
Okay, Gail K, line 3, please.
Be, P,
Yes, nice.
share,
Yep.
niche, T,
Yep.
Be, P.
Yes, very nice. Nancy, line 4, please.
Part C.
Mm-hmm.
Al, Yad, Im, no, Ish,
Yep.
Ben. Part C.
Yes, very nice.
Thank you.
Gail B, line 5, please.
Panay, Panay, Shabbat, Nika, oh, Nikabara.
Right, very nice, thank you. And do line 6 because it's only one word.
Paro,
Okay, almost. You've got to,
Paro,
hold on. When you see a letter with the 2 dots, the schwa under it in the middle of a word like that, you got to do it, come to like a dead stop. So it's par, O.
Par, O.
Okay, that's the guy, you know, who
Oh, the
was in
Pharaoh.
Egypt. Yeah, who was in Egypt and wasn't very nice. Pharaoh. Okay. So, hi, Irina.
Hi, sorry, I'm late.
We're on page 39, line 7, and Ruth will be reading.
Re, Peri, Peri, Hahadama.
Ha'adama. Right. I think that's what you said. Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Why don't you do line 8 as well?
Bore. Perot. No, Peri.
Almost.
Peri.
Right. Right. just
Is
one
that a
point.
word?
Yes.
I got the vegetables, right?
Well-
Or something like that?
Yes, wait a minute. Yes, you're right, but wait 1 second. By default, Hebrew accents the last syllable. So that word is ha'adamah. The accent is on the last syllable, ha'adamah.
Dama.
Okay. Ha in front of a word means the. Adama is ground, dirt, earth. So Borei Pri Ha'adama. Borei is creator of, Pri are fruits of the ground. So as Gail K said, something about vegetables. From me, you get a peculiar answer since I don't know where anything grows. I have no concept. So anything that grows in the ground would get this blessing. If that's considered, if those are vegetables, that's fine. Typically, I mean, Gail's right. Typically vegetables grow in the ground and fruit grows on the tree, but you know, there could be exceptions to that rule. And it's beyond me.
That's fine.
So I think we're on line 9 and Gail K, it's up to you now.
Pare,
Pari.
Pari, Ha, Geffen.
Yes. 10, please.
You want me to, that's fine.
Yeah.
Bore, Pari, Ha, Geffen.
No, it changed.
Hagafen.
Right.
Hagafen.
Right. Okay. Geffen and Goffen are the same word. It means vine. So the blessing, which is in the box at the bottom, talks about blessing God who created the fruits of the vine, AKA grapes. They grow on vines. And that's the blessing, the simple blessing for Kiddush. And so the word from Geffen to Goffen, it's the same word, but it's a complicated Hebrew thing. This is a detour. I'll tell you what it is. You can forget it because you don't need to know it really. But words that consist of two together, like Eretz, Geffen. I don't know any others off the top of my head, but words like that, when they're at the end of a phrase or the end of a sentence, the first changes to ah. So Eretz becomes Aretz and Geffen becomes Goffen. It's one of those things, you know, I guess there must be a reason for it, but it's way beyond what I remember or maybe even ever knew. Okay, any questions on that page? Okay, then we're going to go to page number 40. Now, we just learned 2 letters, the P sound and the F sound, if you will, P and F. And earlier, we had learned this letter here with a dot in the middle, the B sound, the dot being a ball inside of the letter, or it has a belly button. Okay, now, if you were to vacuum the ball out of the letter, or if you were to vacate the dot, you would have the V sound. So this is B and this is V. Much like the P and the F. Everybody get that?
Yeah, I have a question though. So what's different from the bow compared to the straight line bow? The V sound?
Okay, it's good, very good question. So it's a spelling thing. You know, this is an ancient language, and maybe 5,000 years ago, they had a different sound to the 2 different letters.
Okay.
I could also say for example, I'm Carol, C-A-R-O-L. That's a K sound at the beginning. But someone whose name is Karen and spells it K-A-R-E-N, K, that's the same K, but it's two different letters, if you will. You can also have like for their, sweet. There's the S sound, sweet. But there's circus. The circus is in town. That's a C with the S sound. So even in English, we have multiple depictions for different sounds. Okay. And in particular, like take the F sound in English. It could be the letter F. It could be the GH combination as in a word like laugh. It could be the PH combination as in a word phone. So you've got three ways of getting the F sound in English.
This gets very confusing if you were going to write this, like, which one do you use?
Correct. But that's why, thankfully, all we're doing is learning how to read.
Right.
and I must say, to Gail's point about writing, so I do a whole lot of Zoom classes, and some of the Zoom classes, the teacher says a Hebrew phrase. So I'll write it in Hebrew as opposed to trying to transliterate it when I take notes. I take notes because if I don't pay attention. My mind totally wanders. It focuses me. And I can't tell you the number of times that I need to look up the spelling of a word because I forget. Is it spelled this way or that way in Hebrew? To Gail K's point, it could be, it's obviously a mystery, but sometimes I guess right. The other day I guessed right. I was so proud of myself. Okay, so we're now going to focus on page 40, unit 6. And we are doing this page focuses on the B sound and the V sound when the V looks like this. Okay. So I think we are on, I think Nancy, Gail K, you were the last one to read, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Nancy, please, line number 1.
Okay. Hamevora. Oh, okay.
At the end.
Hamevora.
Yeah.
Uvne.
Mm-hmm.
Shavat.
Right. Okay, how about the next line? That was kind of small. Line 2, okay. Please.
Baruch. Hamevorach. B'nai. Uvnei. Shabbat. Shavat.
Very nice. Yeah. Line 3, Irina, please.
Thank you.
Body who?
Almost.
Body
okay.
Body who?
Okay. Wait a minute. Do that again because I was talking and you were reading and I didn't hear you.
Ba de.
No, that's what I thought. Okay. That's the resh, the R sound. It's rounded.
Okay. Sorry. Barehu.
Yes.
At. Hey.
Okay, so yeah, that hey, you notice it has like a little apostrophe after it or a little.
Yeah.
Okay, because that is representative of Adonai. All right, so Barhu et Adonai.
Et Adonai. We just said it. Hamevarach.
Yes, excellent. Okay, line 4, please, because that was kind of short.
I was hoping for sure. Oh, Baruch. Oh, yeah, it's Baruch.
Yep.
Adonai. Ame. I just said it. Ame vo. Ame vo. Ruch. Ra.
Ra.
Ame barach. Le yolom.
There's no yeah.
Le olom.
Yep.
This is we. Let's see. Wa.
Okay, so that's a v sound at the beginning. Va.
Wa yod.
Okay. No, it's v.
Vayor.
Okay, no.
Va.
First of all,
I'm
it's
sorry.
va. Do it again.
Va.
Except that's a d at the end.
Does it look like R to me? Wa'ed.
Yes. Okay.
This
Line.
is, and this completely identical. And the first letter after R, and this is D. At least it's
Right.
completely identical. Okay.
Yeah, they look the same, but they're not. Okay. Now this particular, these two lines, this is the Baruchu, and it comes toward the beginning of every service, every morning service, I should say. And maybe in the, sometimes in the evening as well. I just don't remember. I go to morning services, so I know this. It's like there. And it's certainly on Shabbat morning as well. Okay, line 5. Gail B, please.
Nikadesh.
Okay, remember the 2 dots is like the I in it, not the E, so it's meh.
Nikadesh. Hashabat.
Yes, line 6, please.
Uvion.
Mm-hmm.
Hashbi.
Yep.
Shabbat.
Yeah, nice. Line 7, Ruth, please.
Bayom, Ubayom,
Mm-hmm.
Beni, Utain.
Almost. Ooh.
7. Ovain.
Right. Beni uvain.
Beni Uvain.
Right.
I did that on another one too. I had the T instead of the V.
Line 8, please, as well.
Okay. Biahata.
Same thing.
Biavata.
Okay. Be.
Be. Hava.
Right.
Oh, Biava. Ahava.
Right.
Uvraton.
Right. Very nice.
Raton.
Line 9, Gail K, please.
There. Rate.
Almost.
Beiratson.
Yep.
Uvratson.
Very nice. 10, please, as well.
Okay. Ahava. Be'ahava.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. Nancy, line 11, please.
Banu, Vanu, Viratza, Vanu.
Yes, very nice. And 12, please.
Bereshit.
Mm-hmm.
Bereshit.
Yes, very nice.
Oh,
In the beginning.
in the beginning. Okay.
Arena, line 13, please.
Wanu. Asher. Kirishan.
That's a D.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is D. Oh,
Yeah.
Kirishano. Just by,
Yeah.
just by making it piano. B. There's two dots.
Yeah.
Bimitsiwa. Just B mitsu su.
Nope. Can't have two vowels together. So if you can't have two vowels together, this has to be, hold on.
Just B mitsu.
Okay. Oh, nope.
Sutan.
Nope. Stop. Look.
Okay.
Look at the screen. This here.
Oh.
That's a could be an O, but that's also a letter, and so it could be vo.
Whoa. Oh.
If the letter beforehand already has a vowel, you know that this has to be the letter vo.
I see.
You see, the ts sound has a vowel underneath it.
Yes.
So it can't be bemitz o. It has to be bemitz vo tav.
Yes. B meet tan. B meets tan.
Nope, the last one's v.
B meets maybe it's wow.
Okay. Hold on. I'm going to write. Give me a minute so I can. Whoops, sorry. I keep moving myself away from the screen, but I'm still here. I'm going to write this out to help you out. Okay. So hold on, everybody. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, let me make sure I get. Yep, I'm getting it right. Okay. So here's the word. And the first is bi, me, the meats. And see, because we have the vowel here, the next one has to be the letter vowel combination. So bemitz vo tav. Okay, this is the v sound at the end. Irina, you wanted it to be the N sound at the end. The difference is the N sound at the end is longer. It drops below. It looks the same, but you see it's longer. It drops below the line. If it was the N at the end, it would drop below the line.
Yeah.
I will see. It's like, here's the dotted line that this thing, I just wrote a squiggly line so you can see it better. See?
Thank you.
Okay.
It's much clearer when you do.
Okay, so now the next, I don't think you did the last two words here.
Then actually, so it will be we. It's also we. We ra sa viratsach.
No, vi ra sa.
Oh, we said here. Viratsa.
Yeah.
No H in the end. Okay.
Right.
Va nu.
Yeah. Excellent. Okay. Gail B, line 14, please.
Yaha Va.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Start again.
Da. Hava.
Bi. Wait a minute. Almost. Bi. Don't forget the two dots, one on top of another, is like the I in it. I. Bi.
Hava.
Yes.
Uvratson.
Yes.
Ratson.
Mm-hmm.
Veshabat.
Yep.
Kachu.
Almost. Last letter.
Kacho.
Last vowel.
Kacho.
Right.
Yahava.
Bi. I hope you said bi.
Hava.
Bi-a-ha-va.
Uvratson.
Yes, very nice. And 50, yes, Nancy, question.
Okay, the last word, which is, we've had more than once here on the page.
Yeah.
I don't know why, why is it uvratson versus uvratson?
It could be, okay, you could do it uvratson. It wouldn't be wrong to do uvratson or uvratson. It's one of those,
Potato,
it
potato?
almost doesn't, I'm sorry?
Is it potato, potato?
Yeah, kind of, a little
Okay.
bit like that.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean, so you see, if the word itself is biratzon, and the is a prefix. And so that's what makes it more complicated, because without the prefix, it would be viratzon, definitely I. But because of the prefix, that makes the schwa under the letter, as I've said, you should come to a dead stop and not pronounce it. It becomes an uvratzon. So that's why it gets a little complicated. It really is complicated. And so I think either way is probably okay.
Okay.
And line 15, who just read?
Gail B.
Yes, I wrote it down actually, and I didn't look at my piece of paper. Ruth, please, line 15.
Ushabat.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said, Ushabat.
I thought so. That's why I stopped you, because that's.
Oh, Vishabat.
Right.
Kadosha. Kado.
Nope. What's under the D sound? There's a vowel there. The silent vowel.
Could.
Cod.
Under the D. Under the D.
Yeah. There are two dots.
Could. It's not. It's the two dots.
Yeah. So that's the two dots. Although silent is a vowel.
Could I've got a kadosh? Hey.
No. Hold on. I'm writing it out to make it easier.
Thank you.
Very easy.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Here's the word. So, because you've got the dot here, this next thing, that's sh. In other words, you can't make it it could be kadosh, but then you would have to have nothing here. You can't have two vowels following one another.
Okay.
So it's kad, she, ha.
Kad, shecha.
Yep.
Shecha.
Yep.
Okay.
Kad.
Okay. Where am I?
A third word on line 15.
Ba'ahava. Uvrate zone.
Almost uvratzon.
Uvratzon.
Right. Okay, any questions on this page?
a mouthful.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a mouthful.
Right, it is. Okay, now on page 41, we have another new letter. And this letter, and sorry that I keep moving out of the camera range. This should be better. I just moved my device. Okay. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, so it looks like this. It has the sound of a h. Just what you wanted to hear again.
Is it this, Carol, is it the same sound like the backwards C?
Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Actually, let me stop and say the following.
Okay. I don't mean. Okay, thanks.
No. For our purposes, it has the same sound as the backward C. Absolutely correct. For our purposes. Now, if you were to meet somebody, such as maybe a native Israeli, native to Israel, or, oh, hold on, this is kind of, let me do this. Okay. Or if you were to meet somebody, I knew a man who grew up in Egypt. Or if you were to meet somebody who grew up in Yemen, for example, they would pronounce this letter differently than the backward C. Now, however they can do that, we can't. We're Americans, we can't.
Good.
You know, we just can't. We just can't do it. This has, I think, I'm trying to remember what Avram Minash used to, how he did it. I think it's a little softer, but I don't want to go there. But that's a reason for having two letters that sort of sound the same, because in ancient times, they didn't sound the same. Anyway, so look at this letter here, H, and think of it, it looks, so it's how you would spell the word for the wedding canopy. Anyone going to a wedding recently and they have a chuppah? Yeah, that's the letter that's used to spell it. And so it kind of looks like it, right? Looks like it. Way to remember it, because it looks like it. It's also the first letter in the word for the bread I'm going to eat tonight, the challah. I went out specially to buy one. So that's the ch. The name of the letter is chet. Okay. Yes, Nancy.
So, hi, is that also okay?
Yep.
Because in the musical Fiddler on the Roof,
right,
where they sing L'chaim, I have heard so many people who don't know how to say that sound.
Right.
Come up with a K sound and they're so proud that they're trying. And it's like an awkward moment.
Yes, of course. But you're absolutely right. It is the letter for the word Chaim or L'chaim. Chaim means life. L'chaim is to life. And oftentimes, if you're making a toast, you toast to life, which is what the song, actually, what the lyrics say. It's the lyrics are to life, l'chaim. And then it goes on. I forgot the rest of them. But I think it's like, right, Gail's got it. L'chaim, to life, da, 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 da. Anyway, that's how it goes. I think, Gail K., you were the last one to read?
No.
No. Ruth, you were the last one to read?
Yes.
Okay, good. Then Gail K., it's up to you on line 40, page 41, line 1, please.
Ha, ha, chi, chi, hey, hey, ho, 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 he.
Excellent. Okay, excellent. Okay, line number 2, please, Nancy. Let's, before we get there, look at at the end of line 2, there are 2 stars.
Okay.
The 2 stars take you at the bottom to the page, all right?
Okay.
And it says, all right. It says when the letter yud follows the or the and then it adds at the end of the word, it's not only at the end of a word. So, you know, nobody asked me to proofread this. I would have given a different suggestion anyway. But the rest of it's right. It is pronounced I as in tie or pie.
Oh, good. I'm so thankful because I was going, which one?
and the reason I disagree with at the end of a word, because l'chaim, that's not at the end of the word. The is at the end of the word. So, Nancy, you've got the challenge of line 2, and I think you'll be fine.
Line 2. Okay. Chai.
Yep.
Chaim.
Yeah.
L'chaim.
Yep.
Torat. Chaim. El. Chai.
Yes. Excellent.
Oh,
excellent.
You. Wow.
Okay, you did it. What's her name? Arena, line 3, please.
All these rules to remember. My God.
I know.
Allah. Lehem. Menuha.
Mm-hmm.
It's uhar.
Not it's eh.
Oh, ehad. Ehad. I don't know. Ehad.
Echad.
Ehad. It's like one or another. Ehad.
Echad, 1.
Oh, it's 1. Okay.
Yeah. You know, on at Passover we sing Echad Miyodea. Echad, 1. Who knows 1?
Oh.
Remember that song from Passover? Maybe you don't get to it. In my family, when I was growing up, we never got to the songs, but that's beside the point.
It's also at the end of the Shema.
Yes, it is. Echad, 1. Excellent, Gail. Very good. Thank you. Okay, line 4, Gail B, please.
In kilanu.
Okay, so remember, it's got to be the ch, not the k sound. So it's hin, chi, lanu.
Lanu. In kila tanu.
Hin. Do it again, please, because you.
In ha latanu.
Okay, better to go hin chal tanu.
Hin chal tanu.
Right, nice.
Tequila.
Yeah.
Baharita.
Almost.
Baharta.
Baharta, right. Nice. Ruth, line 5, please.
Hava.
Okay, so better that it's bi, not b. So bi.
Ahava.
Ahava. Remember, the accent is on the last syllable.
Ahava.
Ba, right.
Uvratzon.
Yeah.
Oh, it's full.
Hini.
Okay, remember the two dots when it comes in a letter, it's like that. It's a dead stop. Hin.
Hin.
He.
Halanu. Halanu.
Almost. Hin. He.
Shilanu.
Right. Hin. He. Lanu. Yep.
Hin. Okay. Oh, did you want me to go to the next one?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, 6, Gail K. Please, thank you. Sorry.
No problem. Be'ahava.
Say that again.
Be'ahava.
Right. Nice.
Ratson.
Right.
Hin. Tanu.
Okay, better. That was good. But better would be hin ha.
Tanu.
Right.
Okay.
By the way,
again,
these.
I'm sorry. The last words. Can you repeat it again?
Hin hal ta nu.
Thank you.
Okay. By the way, these phrases that we're reading right now, especially 5 and 6, well, they're the same practically. Well, 5 and 6. Anyway, they come from the Friday night Kiddush. Okay. So if you have Friday night services and you're attending Friday night services, you'll hear this. If you don't, when you do again, you'll hear it. So, so Nancy, line 7.
Tehillah, hu, yom, tehillah,
Yep.
yom, tehillah. Excuse me. The meek, ra, a.
Yep.
Okay, le meek ra a. The Kadesh. No, I'm sorry.
Not le.
Kadesh.
No. What?
Kodesh.
Kodesh.
Sorry, I've got to tickle.
Let me cry a Kodesh.
It's hard to see the little dot above the ka.
Yes, it is.
Very hard.
So last week I misplaced my magnifying glass. I almost had a meltdown. I can't operate without it.
Did you find it?
I did. Yeah, I have it. I recommend a magnifying glass. Okay, so let me see. Who just read? I'm sorry.
Nancy.
Okay, good. So Arena, line 8, please.
Bacharuta.
Okay, remember 2 dots are silent. So
Okay.
it's
Baharta.
Yes, nice.
Baharta. Silent. Okay. Vanu.
There's no w sound in Hebrew, so it's got to be v.
Vaharta.
Right.
Vaharta. Okay. Vanu. Easy. Vaharta. There. This we.
What?
There.
Oh.
Where are Tonu?
The Otanu. Yep.
Sano.
Mm-hmm. Key.
Key. I'm sorry. Key. Oh, key. Dushat. Key dushat. Key dush.
Key. Dash.
Key. Oh, now we will pronounce because it's a two. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, there's a straight line. Key.
Key dash shu.
Not shu. There's two dots. Two dots are silent. So key
dash ta.
Dash ta. Yes.
So when two, let's see, because I get confused when we pronounce and not pronounce, but it's getting better. Okay.
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 I have a vowel sheet. I'll try to remember to send it. It might be helpful. I didn't send it yet, did I? No, I think not. Okay. Okay. All right. So this page with the letter het that we just learned picks up some of the phrases from Friday evening kiddush. Okay. Gail, there are 4 words at the very, very bottom of the page. Do you want to take a crack at those, please, Gail B?
Okay. Diracha.
Now, there's a little yud at the end, so now what happens?
Dirachai.
Dirachai. Read what it says next.
Right. Oh, sorry. Dirachai.
Right.
Yisha? Yishay.
Ye, same thing. Ye, shy. Shy.
Oh, Yishai. Yishai meets Vota. Meets Vote.
No.
Meets Votai.
Right. You know, usually there's a pattern here and they're focusing on what they just wrote above it.
Okay.
And the last one.
Mitzvah. Tie.
Right. So the last 2 words are the same. The vowel is slightly different, but it's pronounced the same. So this last line, Dirachai, Yishai, mitzvotai, and mitzvotai. Any questions?
Does that have a meaning? Is it part of it?
So Dirachai are paths of. Yishai is Jesse. Mitzvotai are the commandments of. Okay, now. Okay.
Carol, should that be a clue? Because usually like the yud will follow if it's in E or in A. Like sometimes they will put it in and then we know it's what you would call like a long vowel.
Yes.
But usually doesn't go with the or the
Right. And so when it's added, that's why it changes the pronunciation. And it's a, what's the contraction for something, usually. Okay. Now, we are going to start page 42. I'm going to find a Post-it note because we will begin with 42 next time as well. As soon as I find my Post-its. Oh, here they are. And we learned that the backwards C was like the hard C or the K. Actually, we didn't. Sorry, my mistake. The backward C is without a dot is a H. But if it has a dot, it's like a K. Okay. So 1 second. Start here. December, whatever it is, 3rd, I think. Yeah.
Yes, the 3rd.
Okay. So let me get all my stuff. Okay, so we already learned that this, whoops, is a H. But if you stick a dot in it, it becomes like a K, K. And that's what it says on the top of page 42. Now, okay, let me see. Gail B left, and who was the last one to read? I forget. I always forget when I start talking.
I think it was Gail B who read.
Okay, excellent. So she read. So now, Ruth, please, line 1.
Ki, ka.
That's
No, K.
Yep.
Ki, K, ko, ku, ka, ka,
Right.
K.
Kid. Excellent, excellent. Now, before we go on to line 2, there's something very important I need to teach you. So, because I want you to always pronounce this correctly. This is something that's called an exception to a rule, and this one's big, very big. Okay. This word here. So we know that the letter is the K, and the vowel is like an A, and then we have the L sound. If you read this as kal, I will tell you wrong, 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 wrong. This word is pronounced kol. The word means all, and that's very important because, as you know, Erev Yom Kippur, the service is called
Kol Nidre.
Kol Nidre. Kol. This is how it's spelled. So this is a very big exception. Now, if you see it, okay, if you see it without the dot, it's the same thing. Whether it's kol, k, or whole, it's always the long O sound for this.
I suppose there's a good reason for that.
Oh, yes, there is. I'll get back to it in a minute. Okay, I will tell you the reason in a minute. Okay, and let me see. Oh, and if there's a letter in front of it, like
Hako, could it be?
Yeah, Hako, or
how about Miko?
Or Miko. Yeah, I just wrote that out here because I saw it in the book. Miko. Okay. Why is it a no? Hold on a sec. Yet another robocall. Okay. So Ruth asked the question about why the pronunciation is like the O. I'm not exactly sure 100,000%, but it does relate to the fact that let me think of a good example. No, that I think the old pronunciation for the little T vowel was more like an O in olden times. And in modern Israel, it's the ah. And so for certain words, it goes back and retains the O. It has to do with whether Hebrew vowels are either long or short. And the little T most vowels are either. It's a long vowel or a short vowel, but the little T is both, depending on its usage. And when it's one or the other, I forget which, it's the more like an O sound. It's really kind of complicated. I hear people reading and they sometimes miss it, which is fine. It sounds strange to my ears, but they don't know any better and it's fine. The most important one not to forget is this one. Okay, it doesn't matter any other place, it doesn't matter whether you're going to make it more O sound or ah sound. Here, it is very important that it's always the O sound. Okay, and that may not be a good explanation, but it's the only one I got.
Thank you.
So we have 2 more minutes, so I'm not going to, we're going to start on page 42 next time, and I'll give you another detour. Okay, and this, because we learned the letter chet, and we learned chai or chaim, which means life. Okay, now every Hebrew letter has a corresponding numerical value. And the letter
18.
chet has the numerical value of 8, and the letter yud has a numerical value of 10, which gives you 18.
Aye.
And so chai means life, and that's why 18 is kind of special. I know a lot of times people will, let's say, give a gift to somebody and it'll be in a multiple of 18, as opposed to, you're going to give let's say a child a gift for Hanukkah or something. And so instead of a $25 check, you'll give her $18 check because it signifies life. Chaim. Okay, Chaim is life, and Chai is sort of like short for life. Okay, and you might, and I know that some people have, a charm that looks like that. Whoops, that they might wear on a necklace or on a charm bracelet because it stands for life. And that's why people often wear that charm. Okay.
Okay.
Does anybody have any questions? So I wish everybody a Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I hope everyone has a nice Thanksgiving. And if you're traveling, please travel safely.
Right.
We're not meeting next week.
Right.
We will meet in 2 weeks. We're picking up right here. What I put a yellow Post-it note on the spot. And please remember that if you have questions in between, you can email me, you can call me, you can do whatever you want.